Everyone, hello! Welcome back to another episode of Mukluk Streams. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today, we are back in the wonderful world of Guild Wars 2, which is Tyria, by the way. Did you know that? Hello there. First Guild Wars 2 stream of the new year. Oh my god. Oh,
hello,
no.
Muck. Since it is the new year,
Oh, no.
I would like to remind you tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise he could use the Force to influence the midi-chlorians to create memes.
Oh,
the dark
is
side
new.
of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. He became so powerful, the only thing he was afraid of was getting memed. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew, so he memed him.
Not maimed him, but memed him. At least that was a little different from the tragedy that I knew. Lopo, thank you for the sub. I won't thank you for the speech, but I appreciate the support. Welcome. Hello. You're welcome. Yeah, appreciate that. Also, very rare Chip on the throne. He's currently washing his hands. Yeah, the new year is here. Yes, it is the very first Guild Wars Tuesday of the year. Gonna be hanging out. I'm on the EU servers right now. I think I'm on Gunner's Hold or something like that. Shout out to Gunner's Hold. Oh boy, I do love it here in Current City. Yeah, I'm visiting the EU servers. I'm gonna be here for about 3 hours, and then I have to go to part 2 of my root canal.
Oh my god, Jed, it's rave time!
I'd rather stay, trust me. And then later tonight, hopefully, I'll be back and be continuing with part 2 of Guild Wars Tuesday. Where? Yeah, no, I just did that one. Okay, healthcare. Healthcare is the next one. Rave canal, yeah. Well, I mean, technically, they've already done the root canal. I gotta go in and get the crown, the permanent little fake bit that they're adding on top of my real tooth. Haven't seen any chip biscuits yet this year. 2024 isn't the best it could be.
Hello, Mukluk Douglas Bartholomew Rigi Compesquire the Fourth, your
Reggie?
wife, kid and Sir Chauncey von Snuffles the Third.
My wife.
I wish you all a happy new year and another year healthy year of addiction.
So Giza, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Bruce says, I'm right there with you, Muck, getting a tooth pulled in about 2 hours or so. Oh, you've got something more strenuous than I do then. For me, they did the root canal last time I was there, and they're putting a crown on it, which, for those who don't know, because, you know, I had to learn all this stuff, you know, it's basically, the crown is basically like, if during the root canal they, you know, destroyed a little bit of the top of the real tooth, then the crown is just like a mold of that, but as like a fake tooth, and then they just cement that on top of the real one to combine it and make one tooth. So after they did it last time, they sent a mold off to some lab to, I don't know, 3D print a tooth or something. And then it's ready now, so I gotta go in to get it installed into my face. Muck is officially getting crowned. Oh, yes. I'm gonna go by King after that. How was your New Year's Eve? You know the meme of the guy playing games and there's fireworks outside the window and he's like, nah, and then he closes the window and then goes back to what he's doing? That was me. At midnight, we put on like a pointy party hat and then we just kept playing games. We were here streaming during New Year's. My wife and kid were asleep and I was here playing games and streaming. One mega tooth, a super tooth, and an ultra tooth. Yeah, we're just combining all the teeth. Just putting crowns in between all of them. Personal says, hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion of your I am bothered. You are not forgiven for bothering me. Yo, my channel's good, buddy. My channel's good. But I think you're a robot, so I am going to just ban you now. But on the off chance you happen to be a real boy, or real girl, or whatever, I strongly encourage you to find another occupation. Because, that's not a real one. That is not a real one. Anyway, yeah. You see those floating around streams from time to time. They basically are like, hey, we want to promote you. You pay us, I don't know, 50 bucks and we'll get you like 1,000 new viewers, and then they just like turn on, you know, they spin up a bunch of fake computers, and then they all connect to your stream, and then you get a bunch of fake viewers, which doesn't do anything. And then that's it. You know, they take your money, and you got some fake viewers for a few minutes, and then they leave. It's pretty dumb. Can I get an invite to your home? Sure. All right, here's the party join command. Go ahead. If a few people join, I'll step out and step back in. Go ahead. Whisper me or invite me, either one. First ban of the new year? Technically, yes. I think it is the first ban of the new year. Good morning, Mike. I just watched your 3-hour tier list video. I loved it. Saw some interesting gems there. Nice, James. Hopefully you find a few that you enjoy.
Mukluk dancing, mukluk dancing, mukluk dancing.
I'm pleasantly surprised some of you enjoy my stuff enough that you're willing to listen to me for 3 hours in a video format. Good day, Mug and Chat. Happy New Year to another great year for the community. Yeah, last year was a great year for the community. It was. I hate the Wizard's Vault so much. Plodrick, I'm trying to claim it. I'm trying. Let's see. Happy New Year to another great year for the community. Yeah, 2023. I looked at the numbers. 2023, we streamed and played 84 different games. I played one more off stream, so I played 85 games last year. The main YouTube channel and the Twitch channel each grew by around 15,000 people. Not as good as the previous year, but still great, you know. There are many other YouTubers that struggle with, like, you know, losing subscribers, and I am not having that issue. Mukluk Plays is slowly growing. My second YouTube channel, that's doing awesome. The website's doing well, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, it's been good. It's been very, very good. One second, I'm responding to a DM. Okay, done. Oh shoot, there's another one. Okay, hold on, I'm zoning back out. I watched almost all of your BG3 videos, it was a joy to see. Nice! You are my target audience. Okay, alright, this is the last time. I'm not zoning out again. Hopefully, both of these folks get zoned in. I think they're at loading screens. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Work those potatoes. Wait, what? One of them... Okay, I think one of them just went into a different home instance. Like, one of them vanished, and then the other one loaded in. Oh... Muck, why did you do your home instance alone sometimes? It's because I don't like zoning in and out 40 times. That's why. I don't know what these people are doing. Hey all, and Mug, did you play Spellforce 1? No, I don't know. I got the Spellforce game that was on sale on Steam, which was called Conquest of EO. I just assumed that was the first one. Now I'm not sure. But, last night not last night, day before yesterday, I started Spellforce Conquest of EO, and that's the one I'm currently playing. It is my first Spellforce game. Highlights of 2023. We had one stream that broke 10,000 people viewing. That was pretty sweet. My wife was able to quit working the job that she doesn't like and just help me out for an hour or two a day and then do whatever she wants the rest of the time because we have had enough success at, you know, Mukluk Incorporated that she did not have to work that job anymore. So that was really awesome for our household and her happiness. So I'm really excited about that. Boy is still growing. He just started middle school. You know, he just started 6th grade. I'm at my father's place. I only have and K internet here with 12-year-old PC. And K internet. What? Spellforce Conquest of EO is vastly different from the actual Spellforce games. The first game is on Steam as Spellforce Platinum, followed by Spellforce 2 with various DLCs, and same as Spellforce 3. Well, crap. Well, maybe I'll try those at some other point. But no, I'll say Spellforce Conquest of EO is my first one. Spellforce is an RPG. So I'm like... Hold on a sec. Spellforce Conquest of EO, I'm 3 hours in. And it definitely feels like a weird version of Heroes of Might and Magic. But, like, your army is just, like, 4 stacks of units instead of, like, 10. But they gain XP and level up, and you make choices. Like, the squad of goblins has, plus damage or plus health or faster regeneration, or they can poison enemies, stuff like that. So it actually feels a bit more like an investment, and it hurts more when you lose a unit that you've leveled up a lot because of all the time you put into it. As far as RPG, I don't know if I would granted, I've seen 3 hours. Like, you're not controlling, like, a main character you move around. I don't think, I don't really think of it as an RPG. Muck, do I get the Blackline contracts daily even though my mail is full? Yeah, they will queue up. They will. I don't think those are impacted by mail limit. I love the SF franchise. SF1 might be considered slow, but today's standards so nice. Honestly, I read the reviews for Conquest of EO, and someone was like, it's like Age of Wonders 4 if Age of Wonders 4 was good. Which is pretty brutal. But I'll say I enjoyed Age of Wonders 4, so I thought because of reviews like that I would just enjoy this more. However, I would say so far, I'm, like, if like 1 is hate it, 10 is love it, 5 is I don't care, I would say I'm currently at like a 6. Like, I like it, but I'm not sure if I love it or if I dislike it. It's kind of in a weird middle ground right now. So I need to put more time into it and see. Because the biggest thing with the Conquest of EO game is it feels like it is fun, but it feels like I have to reload if something goes wrong. Like, if I mess up and I lose, like, a whole squad of units that had been, gaining XP and leveling up for a long time, I need to save scum. That's how it feels. It feels like I need to save scum. The original is an RPG. This one is 4X. Oh, well, then that works out, because I wanted to play 4X on that. What Leggy armor would you recommend going for that's less expensive and easier than the rest? Okay, so World v World and PvP and Raid Leggy armor, all of them require you to combine a bunch of stuff in the Mystic Forge. I will say, right off the bat, none of them are free. Like their Season of the Dragon's Legendary Amulet is almost free. There's no armor that's almost free. However, when you're doing the Raid one, you get the set of Ascended armor, the precursor, for free. You get the Ascended armor for free. And then you just got to combine it with other stuff. So if you are willing and able to do the raid stuff with the squad, it would take the least amount of time and resources to get the raid stuff. For Skyscale Rift Mastery, which or all Living World 4 chapters do I need to complete? Rift Mastery? Give me a sec. Where's that at? Skyscale, oh, Mastery. Hold on a sec. I just realized my mistake. Path of Fire, Skyscale. Wait, for Rift Mastery, Living World chapters need to complete. Are you talking about this? Skyscale Mount, Rift Repair, Wall Launch, Air Rescue, like this stuff? Save Scum, Rift Repair, my apologies. I mean, this is just get Path of Fire XP and get Path of Fire mastery points. I don't, like, a Living World Season 4 chapters aren't required. Now, like, if you've already got the Sky Scale... I'm sorry, I don't understand your question. Like, if you got... Oh, okay, maybe you got the Sky Scale from Soto? If you got the Sky Scale from Soto, you need all Living World Season 4 episodes plus Path of Fire to unlock the other Sky Scale method. So I don't know that this is attached to a specific episode. Save scum is a term I haven't heard in a while. You ever play Space Quest? Yes. I can't remember which one, but yeah, as a kid, I played a lot of the King's Quest games and one of the Space Quest games. Sorry for the confusion, my apologies. No, it's cool. I just didn't understand. Thank you for home, sent you gold. Oh, shoot, I mean, you didn't have to do that, but you're welcome. Let's see. Alright, let's go through the characters parked at money spots. At the Archipelago. Are you going to try out Once Human? One sec, responding to another DM. Okay. Once Human. Let me see what that is. Hold on. Steam Once Human. Let me see what we're talking about. What is this? Multiplayer open world survival game. You know, I gotta say, multiplayer open world survival game, maybe throw in a dash of looter shooter, appears to be like the thing right now. There's been, now, just to be clear, I don't hate the genre. I just feel like I'm getting drowned in it. Like, I feel like so many games people are suggesting to me right now, or that are coming out, are open world survival game looter shooters. Oh, it's post-apocalyptic. Cue Squidward going, oh, daring today, aren't we? Unite with friends to fight monstrous enemies, uncover secret plots, compete for resources, and build your own territory. Once you were merely human, now you have the power to remake the world. Alright, so it's Valheim. Okay, let's see. What's going on? Kind of looks like Control there for its... Hold on. GW2, quiet down for a second.
The world is neither real nor unreal.
Okay, she basically just said there is no spoon.
It is an in-between realm you never
Ooh, that looks...
truly arrive at, nor depart from. A perception of yours, and yours only.
The lady shooting at the people that had jellyfish heads reminded me of, was it Atomic Heart, where there were people that, like, the plants grew into them and they became, like, zombies with, like, buds on their heads? I admit, that looks pretty cool. That looks like a combination between something like Valheim and also the game Control, if anyone played that. It very much looked like a mixture of that. Looks neat. However, I would say I would only want to really play it if it had a good, like, single-player campaign. So it would depend on that. It's definitely the genre of the day. I never liked the genre. There's only so much first-person beyond the back first-person baseball I can handle. Again, I got no hate for the genre. I just feel like there's so much. It kind of feels like, you remember when, like, every week, like a year or two ago, like a new Battle Royale was coming out? I was just like, ugh. There's just so much of it. So back. Thank you for the Prime. Welcome back. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Why is it not just a single-player, story-driven shooter game? Take out the multiplayer padding, it looks good. I'm not sure. Maybe as a game studio, they just feel like that's the thing to do. I'm surprised you don't park your Archipelago tune at the greater chest below the Radanovus waypoint. I mean, either way, a greater chest is a greater chest, right? I don't think it matters. Unless there's a second chest at the place you're describing. Hey, Monk, what are other extensions you have? I see some stuff to the right of the black line square. Sure, hang on. Let me do this and then proto position rewind, and then I'll go over it. And boop, and rewind. Okay. What do we have? What do we have? So, Wizard's Vaults. Is it gonna work now? Okay. Alright. Let's see. Blish HUD. This is Blish HUD. This is what all... Blish HUD is a program that allows you to install up to 50 other add-ons. You just choose the ones you want. Wow, my UI is so slow right now. There we go. You can just install or uninstall right here. Event table. It just allows you to design this add-on. It allows me to basically see the wiki event timers page in-game without having to open up another browser. This thing, don't worry about that. I almost never use it. Item search is pretty cool. You can search your entire account for something, and it'll tell you exactly where that item is on every character you own or your bank. So I could be like, let's see, Mystic Coin. Boop. There we go. That's how many Mystic Coins are on every one of my characters plus my bank. So, I mean, this is very, very useful for finding things that you misplace. That's item search. This is similar to item search, but it just tracks down all your infinite gathering tools in case you misplace them. Again, I have not had to use that in a long time. There are a lot of Mystic Coins. There are a lot of Mystic Coins. There are many in the world. I've been looking at World v. World Leggy Armor since I'm not in a hurry to get, and I get raid anxiety. Yeah, it's kind of a trade-off. World v. World Leggy Armor, in terms of what you have to do effort-wise, is the easiest. But it takes the longest to compensate. Like, whereas the raid Leggy Armor is just, you play like one night a week with 9 other people and do raids. World v. World is you spend 6 months to a year of your life inside World v. World, but then you just kind of get it. It's basically an attendance prize. What is it they used to make fun of the kids? Participation trophy. Like, everyone can get it just by being in World v. World enough. You just have to spend a buku's amount of time in there. Have you seen the game Heretics Fork? I think you would like it. Heretics Fork. I'm searching. Eh? It's like Galaga, but you just sit there? Wait, what? Are you playing a guy who's playing a game? Okay, so there's some cards. You have to, like, level it up. You can upgrade mechanics. Okay, consider me also, is her skin getting ripped off? Consider me intrigued. Dear candidate, we are pleased to invite you to take up the position of Manager of Hell. You will punish sinners by using a deck-building computer system to construct hellish towers capable of keeping endless hordes of the underworld in check. Best of luck. What? Very positive. Hold on. It's a great game with a solid meta progression system, but lacks active gameplay options and favors passive playstyles, which might not suit your preferences. The deck building and card stacking mechanic works great in Heretics Fork, which makes up a great deal of the gameplay of it. You basically stack passives to make defensives stronger, and your main aim is optimize your stacking so that you can stay alive for longer. The core gameplay loop of the game is great. There are various mechanics to optimize your strategy. Vampire survivors, but you don't move. Hang on. Howlongtobeat.com. Heretics Fork, 7 hours. I'm intrigued. That looks very unique. Like, that exact combination of stuff looks like nothing I've ever played before. I might have to try that out, because that would just take 2 or 3 streams to clear. I might have to try that one. Lena says, hi, Mukluk. Been enjoying your playthrough of Return to the Obra Dinn. Wanted to recommend Chance of Senar, if you feel it for more puzzle deduction type games. Chance of Senar. I'll jot that one down, thank you. I will say I am not yet ready for another puzzle type deduction game. Oh, Return of the Obra Dinn, I felt very accomplished finishing that game. I felt really proud of myself. However, it did not, like, awaken a passion to become Sherlock Holmes in me. For those that didn't see me play Return of the Obra Dinn, it's like playing Clue, but there's 60 murders, and you gotta solve all of them at the same time. So you got 60 dead or missing people, and you gotta figure out, like, Billy killed Bobby, Bobby killed Jeff, Jeff killed Sam, Sam drowned, you know, Felicia fell off a boat. You know, you gotta solve all of them simultaneously. And when you lock in that last one and it says you got them all correct, it's, it felt so good. But yeah, I'm not, like, itching to do another one of those. So, like, my brain got extra wrinkly that day. Concha says, there is a double chest location in the archipelago you could use the PPR with. There is a greater chest at Vassa's Compassion, one directly below it, Kestrel's Vow. There's also a bonus chest at Vassa's Compassion. Noted. Got it. Boop. Yeah, my main aim with these is just get enough resources lazily in just a couple minutes each day that when the open world Leggy Armor comes out, I can make a piece of it without having to really sweat it. And I think I've accomplished that objective. Amir says, look for a game called Stacklands. Is this another recommend stuff to Muk stream? Hold on. Steam Stacklands.
Stacklands is a village builder where you stack cards to collect food, build structures, and fight.
Why am I immediately reminded of every tech support guide video I've ever used on YouTube?
Creatures. For example, dragging a villager card on top of a berry bush card will spawn berry cards over time, which you can then use to feed your villagers. You can also sell the cards to get coins, which you can then use to buy card packs. You can advance in the game by finding idea cards. Ideas will tell you how to build certain things. So for example, you'll see that the house idea will tell you you need 2 wood and 1 stone to create a new house. And so if you stack those together, the villagers will start building it and you'll have a new house. Your villagers will have to eat every month, so always make sure you have enough food.
Again, looks, oh, I got a dead person. Looks intriguing. Looks intriguing. It looks like something I could probably play for a couple days, but then my audience would get bored of it. However, it does look like something that could be fun for a couple days. Poop poop. Okay, that one's done. Stack 2 people a house card and get a baby. That's how it works, right? That's just The Sims. Maybe. Good morning, Happy New Year. You too, Thrylax. Did you ever read or listen to The Way of Shaman? I don't think so. I saw the anime Shaman King. That was a long time ago, though. How about Slay the Spire? I have cleared Slay the Spire. I think that one was before Mukluk Plays, so I don't think that one's on Mukluk Plays. But I have cleared Slay the Spire. Suggest game to Muk. Streams are so fun. So many new games I have to play. Yeah, I mean, we've done a lot. What was it? Year before last was 90-something games. Last year was 85 games. Yeah, I'm not opposed to recommendations. There's no way in heck I can do all the recommendations, but I am not against recommendations. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I need to catch up on reading my mail. I've got like actual mail I need to read. Let's see. I usually do it all. I try to remember to do it off stream because sometimes people send me notes that they don't want read on stream. But let's see. Oh, I need to do the converter. Don't stack 2 house cards on a baby. That's oddly specific advice. Is there any news on release dates for the next update? They're every 3 months. So when was the last one? Also, when does the Christmas event end? In 4 hours. You got 4 hours. Isn't there a sound when you sub with Prime? When you subscribe on my stream in any method, there is a sound. Whether you normal sub, Prime sub, get gifted a sub, any of that. Unless your name, unless Twitch thinks your name is a no-no. Like, there's this one viewer that's in the community that's her name's like Black Cat Assassin, and Twitch just sees the ass part of her name and it never reads her name out loud. It never says it out loud. It's like Black Cat butt in. No, we're not saying that. I would like to see you play older games rather than new games, honestly. I do from time to time, Lucifer. I mean, just like a month or two ago, we finished doing a playthrough of the entire Dragon Age series. Dragon Age Origins in every DLC, Dragon Age 2 in every DLC, Dragon Age Inquisition in every DLC. We also played Deus Ex last year. So that was an older game. Yeah, I'm not opposed to doing older games from time to time. I just gotta mix them in. Haven't had a problem with my Twitch name.
Their Windshark gifted a tier 1 sub to Volcanic Rock. They have given 122 gift subs in the channel.
Let me see. Oh, you know what it might have been? It might have been while I was watching. Okay, I have alerts muted when I'm watching something on in a browser so that it doesn't interrupt it, and I think it might have been during that. There it is. I just had to hit replay. Sorry about that. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Windshark to Volcanic Rock. Windshark, it's not Mutiny Monday. What are you doing? This is the year of the dragon, so I just figured who's going to do the dragon theme for Lunar New Year event. There will be a backpack with a dragon on it. That's it. Isn't that usually the thing? Like year of the pig, year of the squirrel, there's just like a backpack with whatever that animal is. Honestly, that's so unfair. In the Chinese New Year, there's like a year of the pig and a year of the dragon. How is pig supposed to measure up with that? You now have to PvP and get hit by meteor showers. Oh my god, PvP. I love PvP, but it's been a while. I feel like I have to play 10 games of PvP to have one good game of PvP these days. Like it's, and granted, I placed in Platinum 2. Now I've let my rank decay, but it still is gonna matchmake me with Platinum 2 people. I can try 1 or 2, see what happens. If it ends up being really bad, maybe we'll go Converge or something. You haven't PvP with Shy in a long time? Shy hasn't shown up here when I'm on EU in a long time. And that's totally fun. The stream is meant to be a place you guys can pop in whenever you want to chill. But I think he's just been busy with other things. I'm old news to him. Alright, what was this build? Okay, got it. Let's see. Let's try unranked EU, see what happens. Think he's moving house? Yeah, he's moving to Loranity stream. Traitor. Does Lunar have any quality of life items? No, the main thing with Lunar New Year is it has a way to turn luck into gold. Not a lot of gold, but you can convert luck that you've got into gold if you have some overflowing. Now, you should just consume your luck until you hit the cap. With the exception of if you're saving up a stack for certain legendaries or for guild hall upgrades. But yeah, it's not a huge thing. Hikio, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. Welcome. I imagine it's Year of the Rat and the Scrit in the game gets super OP. Lol. They just multiply like crazy. Myson says, if we're making recommendations to Muck, I recommend once daily Metamucil for a more balanced fiber-based diet. Thanks, Mysonology. I'll put that right under those Steam games y'all recommended. Once daily Metamucil. Kylo. Let's try Kylo. Just not Skyhammer. Not Sky. No one wants Skyhammer. Get that out of here. How's Road Trader? Dude, so good. It's so good. Oh my god. It's a very good classic RPG. I'm gonna be back on that tomorrow morning, but yeah, it's for those who don't know what that is, Warhammer 40k made a game called Rogue Trader. It's a classic RPG, kind of like Baldur's Gate 3. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 was, of course, a diamond within its genre, right? It's not Baldur's Gate 3, but it's that type of game. But it's in the Warhammer 40k universe, so, you know, everyone's the bad guy. Like, every conversation you have, there's, like, a psycho option. Like, this man, you know, it's like, oh, tell me who you work for and I'll let you live. And, you know, he tells you who he works for, and then you're like, all right, this man displeases me. Lobotomize him and make him a work slave. Like, throw them in the furnace, use them for fuel. There's like, maybe one good option and, like, 5 bad ones for every conversation. But, yeah, it's been fantastic so far. I really love the officer classes in that game. There's this one class in that game. Like, you know, you got your normal stuff, like, you know, warrior and things like that. But there's a class called officer. The officer just yells orders at people. And one of them is called, bring it down! And you can, like, point at someone else and go, bring it down, and you give them the rest of your turn. So if you've got multiple officers, you could basically, let's just say you have one officer in a group. You can have any one person in your group effectively get 2 turns per round instead of 1. But you can change who it is. So, like, if you're in a situation where the melee guy is popping off, you can give him 2 turns per round. If you're in a situation where your sniper's popping off, you can give them 2 turns per round. And you can just, it's like you can shift around the turn economy. It was a very fun class. But that's what my main character is an officer. But he's also a psyker, so he's an officer, and he can also shoot, you know, space magic.
Seize theirs.
Is it worth it to cap luck? If you check your horoscopes each day on the in the paper, yes. And what I mean by that is it's not noticeable. Water wall, throw pet at this guy. Just trying to harass him a bit. I don't know where the rest of his team is, which makes me a bit nervous. I'm keeping, well, he's gone. My pet is hitting him. I just focused on capping this. There's 1, there's 2, all right. Oh, whoa, that was a weird movement. Try to root, I don't know if it'll reach. It did reach, rooted him for a second. Okay, well, I've ended up being the only one left on the spot. They're almost full health, so I'll just cap this.
Mansion capture.
Just a little zap, make sure he does. Actually, that's a ranger. We need to make sure he doesn't lick wounds. Alright. You know those rangers, you can't just leave them in downstate. Throwing the pet on that guy to harass. Hey, Becca chats up. What's up, Mano? Pet's still messing with that person. It's kind of a stomp so far. Where's the rest of them? Got it immobilize. I haven't even had a weapon swap yet. New challenge. Whole PvP game without weapon swapping. Healing spring on the point for them if they move into it. There we go.
Windmill capture.
Immune. I got revealed. Trying to do a stomp. Got it.
Enemy captured the
What
mansion.
is that? Oh, I've got the Halloween skin equipped. What? We're whistling that guy. See, they got the decap. They're doing some parkour.
Clock tower captured.
Invulnerable.
Enemy captured the windmill.
Immobilized them for a moment. Spamming chill. My god, that damage. Nerf Ellie. There's some heals on this guy. Enemy ranger near here. There he is.
Mansion captured. Enemy captured the clock tower.
I think we're over-investing in this. That is a duelist ranger. He's just wasting lots of our time. Let's head back to mid with the main group. Ellie's back. Bubble just to block those grenades. Search and rescue. Oh, dang. I did not think they were still in stomp range. That was unfortunate.
Clock tower captured.
Lol. The point didn't even get decapped. Block again.
Windmill captured.
It's kind of funny. If she actually committed to standing on the point, I think I'd be in trouble. And there it is. Ah, I think that's me dead. Yeah. Ran into two people. My defensive cooldowns were already used from the Elementalist. I'm only sleepy category, so I feel sleeping kind of fine. What class do you have the most games played on PvP? Ranger, easily. On my best of days, I'm Plat 2 on Ranger. Necro and Inji, maybe Gold 3, everything else, Copper 1. Maybe Wood 5. Hi, Vesra. Hi, Shy. Yo, people were just asking where you been just a minute ago.
Captured the windmill.
I hope you're good. Your Thief game was fun to watch, though? Oh my god. Dude. That was just encouragement for me to not try playing different classes again. That was rough. The matchmaking system in Guild Wars 2, it doesn't care if you're on a character you've never played on. It just uses your best MMR, which is very, very brutal. Like, so if I want to, like, learn a new class, I will be thrown into Platinum 2 while I am playing that new class.
Windmill captured.
God. Alright, just stealth, just stealth, just stealth. Wow, wow, I hit... Did you guys see when I did the targeting reticule over there? It should have ported me over, but it did not. It just did not do the movement skill. There was like a pebble between me and the target, so it said no path. That's why unranked exists. Unranked still uses the same MMR. That doesn't help.
Enemy captured the match.
Oh my god. I tried to search and rescue that person, but he actually got rallied. Is this ranked? No, it's unranked. If I play a ranked game while I'm visiting the EU servers, it will completely reset my rank. And I'm Plat 2 on N8 right now, so I don't want to do that.
Clock tower captured.
Jesus Christ, the burst. PvP might be worse when the new weapons are finally released. I think PvP, right? Okay, now, hold on. Let me finish this game and then I'll have this talk. Because I don't want it to be just like sounding like I'm just like ranting. Alright. Slash map GG. Alright, so we won the game. Almost 2-1. Very convincing win. So hopefully that's convincing enough that what I'm about to say does not just sound like I'm ranting and raving. Okay. I believe that PvP in Guild Wars 2 right now is in the worst state I've seen it in the 5 years I've been like a content creator and a streamer and a player for this game. It is still, like, if you look here, I've got over 5,000 games played. I do really enjoy the game mode. However, right now, it's mostly people just with builds that essentially one-shot each other. It feels like it's closer to FPS gameplay than MMO gameplay. And that makes me play it less. That makes me play PvP less. It's just gotten way too bursty. They've taken out most of the PvP, your stats are decided by your amulet. They've taken out most of the amulets, so there's very little diversity that you can do with your build. For example, if you want to heal, this is all your options. So, like, in that one I was just doing, I was in the tankiest build possible, and I was still almost getting killed in 1 second by that elementalist if I didn't quickly dodge or put a block up. Like, it's not good for new players. They'll go in there, just get deleted, and they'll be like, screw this, why am I trying this? I think it's bad for the game. I would like to see it go back to more drawn out fights and less bursty things. However, when they did the Weapon Master training, when they added Weapon Master training, they made between 80 and 90 new combinations of class plus weapon that it didn't have before. So, for example, like Soul Beast got access to Druid Staff, Soul Beast got access to Untamed Hammer, things like that. There's like 80 to 90 new combinations. They absolutely were not ready to balance all those. Some of them are absolutely insane. Like, Scourge with Harbinger Pistol was pulling 60k and they had to nerf it really fast. And Sikkim Soul Beast with Druid Staff was doing too much damage. So they nerfed the Staff, which hit Druid also, which was the dumbest thing in the world. And then Willbenders using Dragon Hunter longbows to one-shot people, stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of it. I do still enjoy a good match of PvP, but if there's people on either team just like one-shotting the other, I think it's a bad game. Let's see. I'll buy the new add-on right away. Do I have a promo code? Then I can support you with that. New add-on. Hey, Ryad. If you mean Secrets of the Obscure, this right here is my my code. If my bot's working. Hang on just a second. Oh my goodness. I guess I'll need to go copy paste it. Give me just a second here. Apparently my bot is having trouble. Give me a moment. Let's see. Here we go. Copy pasted from one of my YouTube videos. That's it. Thank you for considering using those links. What is going on with the chatbot? Let's see. Exclamation PvP. The chatbot's not responding at all. Okay. Just a moment. Let's see. Chatbot. Let's check the Stream Elements Discord and see if anyone else is complaining about stuff. No, nothing since yesterday. Let's see, known issues, nothing in known issues, general chat. Is the bot offline or something? Poked staff already. Okay. Yep, 5 minutes ago someone asked if the bot was offline. Okay, it's not me. It's something on Stream Elements side. Hi, Shy! Looking good, nice hat. I'm gonna invite Shy just to see if he wants to play. I'll leave it up to him. Have you turned the chat bot on? Yeah, I've streamed every single day for the last 2,000 days. That bot has not been turned off, except for when we had to turn it off and on again. Boop. I played Years and Tears ago, and I felt PvP was worse. You had, like, a Guardian who would keep a point 1v3, like he was possible to kill. Maybe I was just bad, though. There was periods of time where you had what people called the bunker meta, where one guy would take 3 people to kill him. I'm not saying go back to that. Please understand, like, there is a middle ground, right? Like, we don't need to have someone that can be killed in one hit, but we also don't need someone that requires 3 people's dedication to kill. Like, there is a middle ground. Like, you know, World of Warcraft in PvP, even if one guy is beating down another, it takes longer than 1 second to chew through his health bar. It's just that's MMO PvP, not, you know, first-person shooter PvP. Yeah, I'm not saying go back to that. Oh, yes, my cat is here. He's just a big loaf right now. He's laying on his side. Here's his head. I have disturbed him. No. This is y'all's fault. Y'all made me do that. Hey. He's just walking around now. Your chatbot's never had a holiday or day off. We work for a slave driver. Have you ever thought about doing custom PvP matches with people from chat, for example? What's the point? No, it's not my thing. No, I'd rather go try a different game. Talking about WoW, have you seen Season of Discovery? I have not, no. Last time I actively played WoW was the beginning of Battle for Azeroth. What do you think about action cam? Is it okay to play the game like that, or should we get the normal cam option? I think playing as action cam, if you're good at it, is fine. I am not good at it, so I don't play it. But if you can do it effectively, it's totally okay. But that depends on you. Totally depends on you.
The match starts soon.
Are you excited for the Path of Exile 2 beta later this year? I'm more excited for it coming out than a beta. But if it's open, I might try it out.
On to your points. Seize theirs.
Seize theirs. All right, Ranger Spectre, Ellie, Willbender Mesmer versus Druid Guardian, Willbender Untamed Mirage. One of them is in my face here, invisible. I know it. There we go. There was a bunch of thief traps here. I can't talk. This is too much. This is too much. I have to back away.
Windmill captured. Enemy captured the clock tower.
That same Ellie that was a bit too much for me in the last game. Glyph of the Stars onto search and rescue. Got him. Alright, so teammate got saved there. I did burn 2 save skills there. However, with the damage that they're putting out, I don't think one would have been enough. Spamming condition cleanse because the Spectre is clearly Condi. Did we cap that note? Okay, they've got it.
Mansion captured.
Too much damage.
Enemy captured the mansion. Enemy captured the window.
If I don't have a block or a dodge for Dragon Tooth, pops me. The Spectre's clearly Condi. If you ever see a Spectre, it's not Condi. No, but I do get a lot of viewers that are new players, so I try to say stuff that's obvious even to some, just so everybody can be included. MuklukYoutube, oh, already read that. There's some power PvP builds out there, not saying they work well. Yeah, they're usually Condi or support or a hybrid of the two.
Enemy captured the clock tower.
I'm not going to mid alone, so I'll just go far with this guy.
Windmill captured.
I got the decap. I wish I hadn't gone this way. Immediate regret. See if we can save that untamed.
Windmill captured.
Damn. Yeah, I pulled his downstate body and moved it to interrupt the stomp, but the person stomping was a thief, so she just moved the stomp. Glyph of the Stars. Days. Alright, got the res there. I don't know if he's gonna live, though. That's up to him. I can't do much else.
Clock tower captured.
I love how I put up a block, and then she uses a skill that is an unblockable block remover. So it's literally a counter to an ability that is not like there's nothing you can do about that. It's air focus 4 or 5. It's like 1200 range, it's unblockable, it removes block, it knocks you down, it's like almost instant cast, has like no animation speed. The Ellie and the enemy ranger were in the last game we played, and they were absolutely the most powerful people on the enemy team in that match. However, they didn't have good teammates. This time they've got decent teammates. Morning, Muck. Happy New Year. Hi, Master Lear. You as well. Nice, teammates pop the Ellie. She's going back to the point so that we have to finish her. Quick draw the Greatsword 3. We got an one person on our team about to go downstate. They're at the other end of the map though. Glyph of the Stars. Stun him. Nice! Just crossed the whole map to save that guy in time.
Clock tower captured.
Alright. +1 successful. Try to go back to mid. Wait. There's a downstate ally over here. Where are they? Ah, they're dead. They're dead. I couldn't find them in time. Dude, adding tracking to Dragontooth was such a stupid thing.
Windmill captured.
I had Glyph active, but they stomped.
Enemy captured the mansion.
I don't have any safe teammate moves right now. All I can do is, old-fashioned res. I'm surprised. Okay, now I just got search and rescue. I am shocked. I am shocked. The first half of that was me just doing just a standard res. That should not have worked. Leaving the pet on that guy. Uh-oh. Glyph. Got him. Oh, looks like the chatbot's working again. Nice.
Windmill captured.
Did they get rallied from that? Yeah, they did.
Clock tower captured.
Oh, she just dodged my heal. Awesome. I did search and rescue. It's on cooldown, but it didn't pull them fast enough. Sometimes when I'm on EU, search and rescue takes like 1 second to find the target and lock onto it, and that just got that guy killed. I have a red circle. I have no idea what that is. Glyph, AoE days, manual res. Shoot, I got them, but now I'm down. Not worth. Not worth. I was hoping, I admit, because of the mesmer, it messed with me. I thought there was 2 people there, but there was 3. That was more damage than I thought was going to hit me. Hello, Happy New Year, and Chaz going, hey, Scoozy, what's up?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Please stop. Please stop. Search and rescue, pulled him out of stomp range. Nice haircut. Oh, thank you. No, I didn't, but someone complimented it, so you just say thank you. Get a mohawk. A bowl cut? No, I'd rather just shave the whole thing off. If I had to choose between those 2 options, I would.
If you want to, I can give you a haircut. It's very stable.
Your team is victorious.
Slash map GG. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the game shot. I think I'm good. I am honestly just not having fun in PvP. There's so much that's like messed up with it. You did 30k more healing than me. Sorry for stealing the thunder. What a nice stream idea. Mini Muck shaves your head. We can have that be like a charity goal or something. I feel you. I played yesterday for the first time in like 6 months. It's just, there's so many things. Like search and rescue having a delayed a lot. It's weird. So for those that don't know, if I go to a world event and there's like a ton of people downstate and I hit search and rescue, it actually won't work. It's like it gets overloaded when there's too many, Hi. It gets overloaded when there's too many targets to lock onto. Now, Transfusion used to work the same way for Necro, but then they made a change to it, and now it reliably works even when there's like 50 people around you. Glyph of the Stars always works when there's tons of people around you. Search and Rescue still just breaks if there's too many people near you, and I have no idea why. It's still got the old code or something. I don't know. You got issues like Signet of Renewal does not condition Glens if your pet's too far away. The whole Astral Power System, a Mesmer's shattering, and then their clones still stand there for like another 10 seconds, even though they've already been shattered. The friggin' burst meta just is it's little things that new players wouldn't notice that are just like piling up, and it really takes away the enjoyment of it. Chip can help you win. He is good luck. What's up? He is good luck. Don't know why he's hanging out up here though. Do you think it would be good for the game for complete base class reworks? Probably not. But I think in PvP, they need to add back the old amulets that they took away because it's too bursty now. I think that I do not think they would ever like rework the Boon system. I'd be shocked if they did. I think it needs it. I think it absolutely needs it. Like quickness, for example, is insane. Quickness increases your action speed by 50%. 50. Okay? In World of Warcraft, I compare it to it a lot because I played it a lot. Bloodlust is a 10-minute cooldown, and it increased the whole raid's speed by 30% for a few seconds, and that is a huge cooldown. We in Guild Wars 2 are used to having a 50% crack boost 100% of the time. Quickness is way too powerful. I think quickness should be like 20%, maybe 30%, or just not exist. It's way too strong. And the fact that the whole Boon system relies on everybody just like standing on one point, I think promotes bad gameplay. I'm not a fan of it. There are going to be many Guild Wars 2 veterans that do not agree with me. But I think when I'm trying to showcase this game to someone and kind of sell them on how great this game is, because it is a great game. I'm complaining right now, but it is a great game. I do not show them footage of everybody, a World v World battle where 50 people are stacked on a dime and 50 other people are stacked on a dime, because I think it looks bad. Or a whole bunch of people fighting the Claw of Jormag and they're all stacked on his toenail. I think that makes the game look stupid. And it's all because of how, like, the Boon system works. That's why you have people with longbows and rifles stacked on top of people with daggers. Like, I think that's, like, one of the worst things. Boon range is absurdly small. Well, it depends on the class. But in any case, like, again, in many other games, you just buff once before the fight. In our game, you have to reapply buffs every few seconds. Like, as an example, Druid, when I apply Alacrity with full concentration gear, it lasts 2 seconds. So I have to reapply, and you need to be near me the whole time. Now, once I stack up enough of it, you can move around a bit, but that's just how this game works right now. It's kind of like, it's like every single class in this game is an EverQuest Bard. In EverQuest, most of the classes could, essentially, cast a buff on you once per hour, and then you had that buff unless it got dispelled from you. Bard spells or songs would last like 5 to 10 seconds, but they had to reapply them constantly. So they could swap back and forth between 2 songs really rapidly, and you could have 2, or they could just leave 1 up and be lazy about it, and you could have 1. But the Boon system is basically just every single class is a Bard. You're just constantly having to reapply them. Support and LOA also has to reapply certain buffs. Imagine if max quickness of 3 to 5 seconds, like treat it like an offensive Aegis. That's kind of how it is in PvP. And it still makes it pretty insane. But I think also the desire for the game devs trying to balance, every class needing to provide quickness or alacrity also led to, I think, a lot of bad decisions when it came to, like, designing new classes and stuff like that. Again, I'm only talking my opinion here. Like, some of this stuff is fact. Like, some of the stuff, like, it's too bursty in PvP. I feel like that's just a fact. But, like, my growing distaste for, like, quickness and alacrity and, like, what it does to how they balance the game, like, that's an opinion. And I recognize that. Maybe they should do what WoW did like 7-8 years ago and have different talents for PvP and PvE. They kind of just started something similar to that. They did PvP split, which is basically like, a talent. For example, Spike Trap in PvE, if you're Condi, does like 10,000 bleed damage. But in PvP, it's a very short cooldown with a stun and almost no damage. So they did just like in the last year start doing that, but it's not widespread yet. Veteran of 11.5 years. I like the old quickness. It was a few seconds of 100% action speed, but what I want is for it to be a unique buff, so its duration can't be increased, and the cooldown of anything that applied are super long, like 1 to 2 minute cooldown for 2 to 5 seconds, kind of long. So it'd be like a big moment cooldown. Yeah. So for PvE, you would use that for like a break bar or something. As a WoW player, I love the game, but I don't like the mechanics of stacking in raids. I love all this movement of Combat Yours too, but it feels restricted in raids, and then I feel like I'm playing WoW just standing in one designated spot casting. Yeah, I agree with you. Bell says, Lloyd had a question. Oh, thank you, Bell. Hey, Mike, I'm thinking of making Ad Infinitum as my first legendary. Do I need to salvage more Ascended gear for the Dark Matter stuff, or will I be fine salvaging the wings before I get to Unbound? Oh man, okay, I have an Ad Infinitum guide. It has been a long time since I made that guide. It has been years since I made it. You will get some of the resources you need from salvaging previous steps stuff. However, make sure to read each step carefully so you don't accidentally salvage something that you need to keep. But I know you get some of the resources you need from salvaging, but there are also some that you won't get that you need that you'll need to just get yourself. I'm sorry I don't have a more specific answer, but it's been years since I made that guide. Don't forget the 25 stacks of permanent might. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Preach said it pretty well when he said, I've never played another MMO where my damage could be 2 to 4 times higher if that guy was doing his job. And he said he hated that, and I agree. I don't think your performance should be as controlled by other people as it is. Puma says if you've already gotten the first step done, you should get enough dark matter from previous wings, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's what I'm going for. You want to save your quickness for a burst, one should be neat. I think my Shooty Goers 2 has a lot of skills that you should play on cooldown instead of timing them well. Yeah, true. That's especially in PvE, that's very true. In PvP, I would say it's not, but in PvE, it's very much, this skill's a stun break, but it also gives a boon, so just slam it every time it lights up because of the boon. You don't get to save it for stun breaks. How bad is it to have to get a reliable group to do more damage? I mean, the people in the game pretty much know how to play. It's not that bad these days. However, you do have to make like a little bit of an effort when you make a group to make sure you get someone that provides quickness, someone that provides alacrity, stuff like that. Yo, MuklukYoutube. Hi, Vim. Signa says you get most of the dark energy from salvaging the previous. I believe you need 1 or 2 for the last step. Pets from the Hall of Monuments are just reskins, right, for Ranger? Yes. Yeah, for example, I think the Black Widow is basically a reskin of the Jungle Spider, or the Forest Spider. I have the Black Moa, which has the Daze Cry, which is exactly the same as the Pink Moa. It's basically just a reskin. Now, they are just to, for balance, because in PvP, you do have access to all of them, even if you never played Guild Wars 1, in case you want to use them. There's also, well, yeah, there's 4. There's the Rainbow Jellyfish, the White Raven, the Black Moa, and the Black Widow Spider. I was just rattling some off. I played high-level ranked PvP in some MMOs. I started playing Guild Wars 2 PvP recently and learned it. I was so surprised how high burst is. Yeah, right now, it's very bursty. Not sure if it being 100% because of boons is necessary, the best manifestation of that team, mind you. Yeah, I understand, like, if the boon... Okay, let's just for a second pretend that the boon system was map-wide. Like, every time you did a boon, it hit your whole group no matter where they were on the map. There would still be most fights you would stack up because of the healing. Like, for example, my biggest heal is this. Pretty generous radius, but I still need everyone in that to slam a big heal on all of them. And then this is a smaller heal, but it pulses around me, so they still got to be close together. So for many fights, just because of healing, you'd still be all pretty close together. But that's just because, like, the healing system is pretty close to the boon system. PoE PvP is a meme. Oh yeah, I've played over 1,000 hours of Path of Exile. I've never stepped foot in PvP. I have no interest in it in that game. I know how much damage goes out in there. I'm sure it would just get popped. Not necessarily. The Black Moa, for example, has a stronger daze than Pink Moa. They're both a 3-second daze, and they both have 300 Defiance bar break. You sure? Looks same. The wording is different. Didn't really look any different. Let me see. Due to Brick Bar. Why need a targeted test? I think it's mentioned on the wiki, the Dazing Screech skill. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I mean, I'm not really doing anything right now. I can test it. You've got me curious. Boop, 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 boop. I would love to see you do this type of session for Grim Dawn where people can hit you with questions. The bad part is that my health. Excuse me. Health is so bad, I'm only watching time to time. Sorry, my body decided to choke on nothing. Oh, I love it when that happens. I'm happy to answer Grim Dawn questions, but I will say that Grim Dawn has an insane amount of class customization. And I haven't played all the different classes. Like, I've played like 500 hours of Grim Dawn. And I know 3 of the classes really well, but there's like 10 of them. How do you play underwater as Healer Druid? When you're underwater on Heal Druid, and you still have access to Astral Form. So you still have access to most of your heals, which is very nice. Some classes struggle with that. However, instead of these skills going to where you aim them, they go to your target. So it actually plays kind of like healing in another MMO. You need to target the people that need the heals, and your astral skills will blast them and go around them. Or if you have no target, you can just move into the middle of the pack of your allies, and they will all blast yourself, and the heals will erupt from you. So you just stack on them and do that. Okay, adjust Golem settings, add a Defiance bar, average, spawn my Golem. Alright, let's see. Easy to test, it just takes time. Alright, so we're gonna do this. Okay. I took a picture. And let's do this. Okay, and crop. Okay. I have a picture of exactly where that break bar is for Pink Moa. Alright. Let's go back over here. What back piece is that? That is Dragon Fireworks back piece. I just think it looks cute on the Asura. Like his little wings and a tail. Little demon. Alright. Respawn previous Golem. I'll be like surprised if this is different because the tooltips if it's different, the tooltip needs to be improved. Alright. Okay. Alright, just a second. I'm getting side-by-side pictures for you guys. Science! Okay. Alright, here we go. Here is paint with the pink Moa. You can see there's a pink butt there. Alright. And here is paint with the black Moa. It looks identical to me. I'm pretty sure it's 300 to both. So, whether it's pulsing 103 times or it's just doing 300, it's the same amount. It's the same amount. Bjorn, thank you for the membership on YouTube. Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, yeah, it's the same picture. So, and again, there's the black Moa, and again, there's the pink Moa, just to show that these are different pictures. It's the same. So, whoever said they're different, I totally get where you got that from, because on the wiki, it says right here, Dazing Screech with black Moa hits up to 3 times, and it's listed as 100. And it also says Dazing Screech with pink Moa is 200. And honestly, I think they're both wrong, because it looks like they're both just 300. How's your cursor highlighted? Hit F11, go to cursor contrast right here, and change it to whatever you want. They used to be different. I think you're probably right, because on the wiki they have different things listed. But they both just seem to be 300 now. Science! Actually, I think I had electrical in there. Now, the cursor thing they actually added in the last year or two, it hasn't been in the game forever. Hey, Mug, I just got the game during the sales. I want to say thanks for the guides you made. They're really nice. Oh, you're very welcome, good dog. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Probably with a big pet update. It's possible. It is possible. Let me see. Looking at the list of changes for Dazing Screech. According to this, the last time they did a tweak to it was February 2022. 2016, the skill now dazes up to 3 times during the cast at a 1-second interval. Daze duration has gone from 2 seconds to 1 second, which is not what it is now. So it was probably changed and not updated on the wiki. Where's the... This is the pink mellow one. November 2023, reduce the cooldown. Now dazes enemies in a circular area instead of a cone. Increase the daze duration from 2 seconds to 3. That might be a difference, because pink one says dazing nearby foes. Black one says a cone of sound. Which makes me wonder if one is a cone and one is a radial. But in any case, they both hit the target and they both do 300. Okay, zone out of here. Muck's got data. I got data! What's your favorite class and build in Grim Dawn at Mukluk? I think, now granted, again, I have played many 100 hours of it, but I haven't played every class. But of the ones I've played, I think Shaman Occultist Hybrid was my favorite. The Occultist had some decent pets that were always out, and the Shaman had the spell Primal Spirit, which basically summoned a really cracked out Ultra pet that had a cooldown. And so it's like I could summon that one to rip bosses apart and then use the others to clear trash, and it felt really good to play. There is a Necromancer in that game, and I also love love the Bone Zone. However, I still loved the thing I mentioned more. Maybe they just forgot the tooltip for the black one. It's possible. I really appreciate the pet update. Some of the stuff, like the hyena, had not been touched in 10 years. And it was a very neglected pet. It's not really going to get used much more now, but it's interesting and it's cool to see them make an effort. Because, again, it had been a very long time. Did they change how to get the legendary PvP backpack? I mean, sure, 1 year ago you had to play every class to get League Proficient. Now it's 3 classes and every tier this achievement. Pretty sure it was 3 beforehand. The last time I thought about doing that achievement was a couple years ago, and at that time you had to play 3 classes and get wins on many of them, which is why I didn't do it. As, again, on my best of days, I'm a platinum level ranger, but I'm like a gold 3 NG and Necro, and then I'm a copper everybody else. And I was like, I really don't want to do this. Because that when I would like try to learn Elementalists for a day, I would play against platinum people and just get beaten into the ground constantly. And I was like, man, God. Yeah. It's like, I need to make a new account for learning other characters for that. I can't remember if I've heard you speak on this. Have you heard of Ashes of Creation? Yes. If so, hyper no. The class system has grips on me. I hope it's not overpromise. So Ashes of Creation, at a glance, it looks like every other fantasy MMO. There's a bunch of people with swords and magic, and they're running around and doing their thing with a dash of Black Desert Online thrown in. However, as you mentioned the class system, there is one thing that makes my my eyebrows pop up when I hear about Ashes of Creation, and that's their class system. There's 64 of them. You pick a primary class and a secondary class, and you make a hybrid. So, for example, if you really like fighter, you could be a Blade Dancer, High Sword, Weapon Master, Spell Sword, Hunter, Shadowblade, Blade Caller, Dreadnought, Tell Sword, Templar, Weapon Master, Battle Mage, Strider, Duelist, Wild Blade, or Knight. So, I want to say, it would be really easy for them to f this up. However, I'm intrigued, because I like playing support. I look at this, that would probably be Bard or Cleric, and I like playing pet classes. For this, that would probably be Summoner. For Summoner alone, Enchanter, Necromancer, Wildblade, Spellmancer, Beastmancer, Shadowmancer, Conjurer, Broodwarden, Keeper, Shadowlord, Falconer, Warlock, Bladecaller, Shaman, and Songcaller. So, I'm interested, absolutely. I am worried it's going to be a train wreck, but am I interested? Yes. I am very intrigued. I want to see if it does well. But at the rate they're going, it's going to come out in like 2028 or something. Falconer sounds fun, yeah. You know what else has a Falconer coming out soon? Last Epoch. Last Epoch. Looking forward to that and trying it out. Reminds me of what Arcades did, which did 3-class combos. Games that I've played that had multi-class combos include Guild Wars 1, Grim Dawn, and Last Epoch kinda does. Game name? That was Ashes of Creation. It's in development right now. My question is, how ult-friendly will it be if there's 64 classes to try? Well, it also depends, how much does your secondary class matter? I mean, I'm sure many of us have played games where, like, there was a secondary option for, like, you know, when you're designing your character, and it almost didn't matter at all. Like, maybe it just chose the last skill on your bar or something. So, I'm wondering, like, does the last class really matter, or, you know, will it be a disappointment? So that's another thing I'm curious about. Which will come out first, Silk Song or Ashes of Creation? Star Citizen? Star Citizen, no. Dude, I'm starting to... Okay, I only know of bits and pieces of Star Citizen, but I feel like they have got so much money and they're doing so little game development. It just seems like they're just milking it as long as they can. As an outsider with little information looking in, it feels like they've got the money and they've had the time to do the game development they promised like 10 years ago, so they've got to be just milking it. It was supposed to start the first beta during 2023, but they decided to transition to Unreal Engine 5, so it's been pushed back to 2024. I don't know, when that one game was a day before yesterday, when they transitioned to Unreal 5, it just took them like a week, right? Anaya says, I'm excited for the new Grim Dawn expansion. What about you, Ma? Yes. The new class mastery system interests me. Can't wait to see the combination classes. Yes. Yeah, that is on the list of games I'm hyped to try as soon as I'm able to do so. SA is more complicated than that, but yeah, it's a weird development. You have to go a lot lately. Last Epoch, Sweet Brother, Path of Exile, still the most amazing game ever. Tyrant, I do love me Path of Exile from time to time, just to show, like, 1, I have 1,600 hours in it. 2, I have written guides, I have video guides on it that I've also made. But yeah, my favorite 3 ARPGs for different reasons are Last Epoch, even though I've only played it in the beta, it's one of my favorites. Grim Dawn and Path of Exile. They each kind of scratch a different itch when it comes to when I want to play an ARPG. The only one I played recently that really didn't do well for me was Diablo 4. Let's see. I'd say I still got like another hour. Let's do, for anyone who's interested, I offer you my services as a Convergence taxi. Tons of essences, yours to grab, in case you're interested in doing the open world legendary armor. So I'm gonna do a squad join command in the chats, and anyone who wants to join, I am on EU. So I am on EU right now. We are in, this is a healthcare convergence. D4 got me back into PoE. Yeah, D4 made me play Grim Dawn and PoE again. Yeah. Did you ever play Cube World? No, I'm not familiar with Cube World. Not played that. PoE's content creep is too much for me at this point. Yeah, look, I'll be honest, on PoE, I have gotten up to level, like, okay, back when the game had, like, Piety was the last boss, I cleared the game. When it had, like, 5 acts, 10 acts, I cleared the game. When they added the Elder and the Shaper, I never again cleared the game after that point. In PoE, in the last season, I got to, like, level 89. I had 6 slots, I had max resistances, I had level 20 skill gems, and they each had 20% quality. And I was still getting one shot if I got hit by stuff, and it would take like 10 minutes to kill the bosses. So it was like I was hitting another wall, and I didn't know how to get past it. And I'll be honest, I could have looked up builds from like Zizaran or something and copied it, but I really didn't want to. And I hate dealing with the trade system in PoE, to the point where I'd rather just get as far as I can on my own, and then after that, just play something else. So it's kind of like I get to like level 90 and then I kind of hit a wall because I'm not like copying somebody else. I'm an NA boy. He's an NA boy. She's an EU girl. Can we make it any more obvious? I'll be back on NA later tonight. I just bought D4. My favorite part is when I open inventory, talk to NPCs, and my GPU skyrockets to 102% usage. Oh my god. Do they still have that thing in D4 where your computer is low-key inspecting the bank of everyone you pass so everybody's banks can't be any bigger or the game lags? Your triangle didn't work. Mitigation, recovery, and avoidance. If you say so. My point is, I've got a solid basic understanding of Path of Exile, but it gets to the point where you need like so many crazy multipliers at the high end. But it wasn't just like defenses, it was like offense too. Yeah, I had like max resistances, like 5k health, stuff like that. Okay, if you provide alacrity, please get in a solo group. Try to get some boons spread around. Just don't get hit. Yeah, it's just like PvP, just don't get hit. The real problem is like when I'd be fighting bosses that it would take me many minutes to kill them, and they would do some mechanic where you're supposed to back away, but they had energy shield. And if you backed away for more than a few seconds, their energy shield filled back up, which would add like another 3 minutes to the fight. So I would be like trying to stay in close to keep doing damage to the shield so it didn't recharge while I was supposed to be running away, and it wasn't possible. Boxes, I hate D4. It slows everything down so much I can't play it. But D3 runs like a dream. Why? Well, D4 was made many years later. I will say the graphics in D4 are stunning. You know, D4 is beautiful. But yeah, like my issues with it are not with the graphics. If you provide quickness, please join one of the alac peoples that are currently solo. I was like, oh no, I can't sleep. Have to do a muck version, but I'm NA, so off to sleep I go. Lol. Yes, at this point, if I have an ARPG itch, I'd much rather play Grim Dawn or Last Depot than PoE, let alone D4. Yeah, again, I enjoy PoE from time to time. It's got the largest, customization for your character I've ever seen, but it's not noob friendly. The trade system is awful, and even with all the understanding I have of the game, I still get to a point where I feel like I hit a wall unless I go copy some crazy guide somebody else made. It's like, buy this specific unique, and then this specific ring, and then combine it with this, and with a 7% quality on a Tuesday on leap year, and then you'll get 100% more mitigation, and then these multipliers stack, and it's just like, what are you talking about? It gets to a point where my boomer brain, I'm like, I can't keep up anymore. Are you gonna try PoE 2 out? Oh yeah, I tell you what, you know what I'm most excited about PoE 2? It's such an obscure thing. It's the fact that you can use WASD to move your character while using your mouse to aim. So you can move left and shoot right at the same time. That's the thing I'm most hype about for PoE 2. The whole game looks great, but that one thing is the thing I'm most hype about. DPS, fill in remaining slots in groups, please. PoE at the moment, sadly, is just getting spell suppression, 100% a lot of armor. I can never get into PoE because click to move is so archaic. It's not that bad, but the thing is, when I do Riftbreaker for like Mutiny Monday every week, Riftbreaker plays like an ARPG and an RTS at the same time. They actually do a pretty good job of it. And Riftbreaker, you can WASD and you can move left while shooting right. You can move upward while shooting downward, stuff like that. Like, I'm very used to it, and it feels good to play that way to me. So when they said Path of Exile 2 was going to have that, I was like, woo! Heck yes, let's do it. Good evening from the Philippines. Hello! What's up, Oh, we just lost a few people. Oh no. We should still have more than enough, though. If anybody else wants to join, there's still room in the squad. We got 32 out of 50. But should be fun so far. Alright. So, let's do this. How do I want to split this? Alright. Groups 1 and 2, stay middle. Group 3, you guys are going to handle the siege machines and then go middle if there is no more siege machines. Group 4 and 5 and 6 are going to go bottom left during the time to split. Group, why is there a 7 and 9? Hold on a second. Groups 7 and 8 are going to go bottom right. And I'm adding a few people to 7 and 8. There we go. I'll repeat those instructions once it's time to split up. What's the Cryptus Essence Extractor effect you have? What? Energy from the legendary High Cryptus imbues you to gain more essence from rift hunting. Oh, I guess it's from doing a Convergence the last time I logged in. Just started Guild Wars 2 for the first time. Winter Sale got me. Running a Ranger, can I be useful in PvP? Yes. Matt Real One, welcome to the community. Hello. There really is no class that's bad in PvP, but it also depends on how you enjoy playing it. Like, the way that you play your Ranger might not be how it plays really well in PvP, for example. But if the question is just, is this good in PvP, the answer is yes. Do you have any videos on Grim Dawn devotions on your saved videos? I do not, no. My playthroughs of Grim Dawn are saved, but just a video of the devotions, no. I'll say most of my playthroughs of Grim Dawn is experimenting with different summoner hybrids, like Occultist Necro or Necro Shaman or Shaman Occultist, things like that, and then figuring out what works with those.
Portal in as soon as we lost track of your astral fluctuation. I'll need to focus on maintaining our tether to Tyria. The nearest waypoint is a little out of range, so...
Now, once again, we totally have enough to get this done, but if anybody else wants to join us to mooch a whole bunch of essences, maybe some gold that'll help with legendary open world armor that comes out soon, you are welcome to join us. We are on EU. At any time, you can type !squad in the chats, and the squad join command will pop up, and then you just copy-paste it in the game. I would join, but I'm peeling potatoes. Don't tell Benchy. Speaking of potatoes, let's see. Catch up on some of these. You are what? Oh no, he heard! Already done the Legi raid armor, too lazy for open world. That's totally fine. Completely understandable. Have a nice day. Siege machines, group 3. Please go handle the siege machines. And they will always spawn in clockwise patterns. The second one will spawn in the top left, then the top right, and so on. Looking forward to Obsidian Armor, especially since I played Guild Wars 1 long ago. Yeah, I've heard Obsidian Armor was in Guild Wars 1. I did play Guild Wars 1, but I didn't get to that point in it. So there's a nostalgia element there for some people. Hey, Bunny, thank you for the Prime. Welcome. Appreciate you. Hello, hello, hello. Hobby armor was best armor in Guild Wars 1. Yeah, I don't think it was legendary in the same way that it is in Guild Wars 2, but... Chip came back, by the way.
I
pit, 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 pit.
Take them down, and I can throw that power back in their face. Collect enough, and I might even be able to cast some additional protections. Be careful though. Demonic essence will drain your life force. Plus, there is that whole possession thing to worry about.
Mad Sinus, thank you for the Prime. Welcome. Appreciate your support. Zion says, I returned to the game yesterday after 8 years. I have no idea what to do. I watched a few videos, but it wasn't that helpful, so I'm just gonna do the story stuff. Zion, I actually have a video called I Just Hit Level 80. Now what do I do? I think you might appreciate that. I just put a link in the chat if you are interested. Yours if you want it. A bunch of spites near Zoja, watch out. But honestly, doing the story stuff is very high on my recommendation list. Thank you, sir. Sure. I truly hope it helps. But Mad Sinus again. Thank you for the sub, buddy. Appreciate that. Okay, Crit, thank you for the Prime.
Happy New Year's, Muck and family.
To you as well. Alright, repeating instructions. Group 1, 2, and 3 stay middle, except for when 3 is hunting Siege. 4, 5, and 6 go to the bottom left. 7 and 8 go to the bottom right. Stay together as groups. Boon system question. Could ANET introduce trait skills or utility that provide buffs to players only when certain distance away to make use of ranged playstyles? Inverted radius boons. So you're saying, like, give someone a buff if they are... Okay, so first of all, there's already buffs. Like, for example, Longbow Ranger has some traits that give you
Happy New Year,
buffs
everyone.
to damage if you are more than a certain distance from your target. So that kind of thing does exist in the game. Unfortunately, it's not good enough to offset the fact that you're now out of range of the buffs. You know, not being in range of your group giving you 25 might and quickness and alacrity is, you know, you're doing like less than half damage. Oh my god, I'm trying to heal this guy, he's dodging all of them. Too wiggly. Hello people, I'm a returning player a little over 2 years ago. I'm gonna play with a friend who wants to play Necro this weekend who's new to the game. I'm thinking of playing Ellie for the first time. Does playing 2 light armor classes still work for leveling up together? Yes, open world gameplay, like when you're just leveling, any classes work. It is the most forgiving content in the game. Like, there's actually kind of a meme that a lot of people can get to level 80 and still not know how to play the game because the open world is not that strenuous on what your character is capable of. So yeah, it's totally fine. Friendly reminder, if you see an ally go downstate, please do everything in your power to save them, because there's no waypoints, and getting people back up here takes a lot longer. And if you're on the middle island, look for the crossed swords on the map, like the wave of them that's coming over right now, because those are the things that do the highest amount of damage to Zoja. Typically, I think things like mech, the pet can give buffs to people if I understand how mech works. Partially, Mahuyo. So the like if you talk about support mechanist, like the way it generates a lot of its might stacks is anytime the mech is using the punching arms, every time it lands a punch, it pulses a stack of might. So that comes from the mech. The mech has a thing called Barrier Engine, where it provides a little bit of barrier to nearby people every 3 seconds. But then the Mechanist gives people alacrity anytime it gives them barrier. So that makes the mech sort of pulse alacrity. But then some of the other boons are provided by the Mechanist himself and not the mech. But usually the two of them are in the same location. This is a question for anyone, but if you skin a legendary weapon, you lose the footprints. Correct. But opposite of that, if you take a legendary weapon skin and put it over something not legendary, it will gain the footprints. They are attached. New siege engine, top left. Bottom right group, you're doing great. Please go to the top right. Hey,
Happy
computer.
New Year. Mukluk gift.
To you as well, buddy. Welcome. Appreciate you. Thank you. Computer using the Twitch Prime. Chat, have you heard about Twitch Prime? With Twitch Prime, you too can support your favorite streamer or Mukluk and get no more ads while watching their stream, except that one really good one. All right, bottom left group, good job. Go to the top left, please. What is Twitch Prime? If you have Amazon Prime, you actually get a free sub on Twitch every month, and you might not even know it. You can use it to support a streamer, water them, exercise them, get them food pellets, all that good stuff. It's true. Sounds heresy? No, the Emperor is pro Twitch Prime. They were his final words. After the Horus heresy, he's like, give Mukluk your Twitch Prime. That's it. Yeah, that was still his last words. Bottom right siege ran late for work. It's because the red circle's not there anymore. If the big red circle's not in an area, that area stops making siege. Emperor's last words, support Mukluk Twitch Prime, yes. Any tips for a returning ranger player trying to relearn the game as an Ellie? I've watched 2 different guides on the class and where it is a more complex one. My biggest advice to anyone while leveling is, like, 1, to try out all the skills. Like, as you level, you unlock a bunch of skills. You don't want to get to max level and have 60 skills you don't know what they do. So just try them out and see if you like them. See what you like, see what you don't like. You know, maybe you like Condi. Okay, you probably like playing fire a lot. Maybe you like just playing a power build. Okay, maybe you'll like just playing like electric a lot. You know, it depends what you're into. And then try to find a weapon that does Condi or power, armor that does Condi or power, traits that do Condi or power. Just try to stack as many, after trying things out, try to stack as many things that support each other together. Or hell, maybe you want to be a healer. I don't know. You could just be a water sprinkler. Siege machine top left. What are you currently doing? This is a Convergence. It's a 50, up to 50 person event. There's currently 36 of us, but basically we are keeping Zoja alive. She's got a big hologram above her so you can see where she is, and fighting off a bunch of demons, and eventually a boss spawns. You kill the boss and you get a whole bunch of rewards. But it's not very challenging. You just need a number of people that have a small understanding of what they're doing, and it's nice content to do with a big group of people. Top right group is done. Please go help top left finish. Hey, Mike, do you use select renderer from add-on manager? Add-on manager? No, I have no experience with that. Sorry.
Let me raise you up. Feel the healing energies flow through your veins. Rise.
Which expansion is this? This is Secrets of the Obscure, the newest expansion. In the first major content update for Soto, they added this Convergence event. And I really like it because, you know, as a streamer, I could just be like, hey, who wants to do a Convergence? And I can grab up to 49 people in chat and we can do this. It also happens in a public one, I think every 3 hours, so you could just like join random, you know, random folks for this. It's not that complicated, but you just need people to have a very small understanding of how this works. I have a get to the point guide on it on YouTube if it's something you're interested in. Hi, Mug, is there any way to play the Raid Strikes content without button mashing? I got problems with my hands after 500 hours of Firebrand. Play DPS. Like, DPS, find like a low intensity build. You can play almost any class can be played over 20 to 30,000 damage per second with like 2 or 3 keys. As long as you build the character correctly to maximize those 2 or 3 keys. I have some LI builds here. There's more on websites like Guild Gen and Hardstuck and Snowcrows and things like that. But an LI build, they were originally designed for people with like some sort of like impediment. Like maybe they've got a shaky hand, maybe they got one hand, you know, maybe they've had seizures or something, but they still enjoy video games. And so they were builds that were designed with that in mind, but then it also kind of became a way to play in like a chill way when you're just kind of, you know, relaxing and not just, you know, gaming too hard. So yeah, that's a way to do it. Now, I would say there's not really an LI healer, because the healer always has more buttons, but, by the way, bottom left, the final boss is spawning. But there is a LI build for many DPS builds. Like, no matter what, the healer is like, if there's conditions, you gotta cleanse them. If there's low health, you gotta heal them. If you're not doing that, you gotta do boons. If boons are up, you gotta hit the boss. If the boss has a break bar, you gotta handle that. Whereas the DPS is just unga bunga. If there's a break bar, do that. Hopefully don't stand in fire. That's it. So they can be way lazier than... the healer has to have at least a third brain cell bouncing around in here. Like, that's it. You don't keep spamming those 2 to 3 keys? I mean, you're not like beating the crap out of them like it's a button in an arcade or anything. You know, the keys usually have a cooldown. It's basically, okay, like here's the idea behind a low intensity build. Okay, what 2 or 3 buttons are responsible for most of the damage of this other build? And then once you figure that out, it's like, okay, I could add a 4th, it's like these 3 buttons do 30k. Adding a 4th button does 31. For someone who each key is effort, let's just stop at 3 keys. Okay, so we hit these 3 keys when they light up. Maybe they each have a 10-second cooldown. So unless you're having to like move out of fire, it's going to be, wow, that, okay, I'll use my Jade Bot. That was crazy. A little shockwave thing popped me. Unless you have to move out of fire, you're only hitting like a key every few seconds. They're not that bad. Condi Mech, Condi Vert, and Condi Tempest. Yeah. Mechanist is a classic choice. Like, I think a rifle mech, like a mechanist with a rifle can just like auto attack and go AFK and probably do 20k. You add in 1 or 2 button presses, you might get near 30. Like most people that complain that they can't hit 20k DPS, like I have no ill feelings about them at all. But most of that is just they don't have a basic understanding of character building. Because if you build the character correctly, like you got the right armor that is supporting the right traits that's supporting the right weapon, and you're hitting the right 1 or 2 buttons, you're going to do 20 to 30k. You can do that on any class. It's just like stacking all of these passive bonuses as high as possible. What Jade augments do you use? Treasure Hunter and that one that gives you bags of magic trophies. What would you recommend for an Elementalist who wants to use a longbow? I would recommend you roll a Ranger, because an Elementalist can't use a longbow. What do you want me to say to that question? Like, you know, have a better opinion? I don't know what to say to that. Like, you know, what do you say to a man who wants to have wheels and be a bike? I don't know. I can't help you with that. Frostbow is the thing. I'll be honest, I've never heard of a build that uses it, so I can't in good conscience recommend that to our friend. You say good luck? There you go, good luck. Alright, the only way we can lose at this point is if we let Zoja die because we're not paying attention. Once we, you know, going forward, please make sure to bring Essence to her. She was down to half health for a second there. Other than that, if we just continue Unga Bunga, it'll be fine. Petition ANET to revamp Conjures. I don't think petitions work on ANET, or at all, in most aspects of life. Zoja's at half health, y'all. Zoja is at half health. Deliver Essence to Zoja. She is cracked out and needs more. That was scary. That was the lowest I've seen her health get in a while. More essence.
It's making its way to the center island. We can end this.
All right, center island. Okay. Hi, April. How you doing? I'm like, hi, Frank. Heal Zoja one last time, and then she should be completely fine for the rest. GG! Well done, all. Good job.
That's a few less of Eparch's grunts clawing at our feet. Let's head back home.
Waka 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 waka. So many treasure chests. Hey, Muk, how you doing? What's the highest healing per second that you've seen in these fights? I just want a reference for what I'm doing. I don't know. Okay, these fights are not strenuous on a healer, so I've never really measured here. The highest healing per second I've ever seen was I saw 19k once when I was healing, I think, like, Claw of Jormag or something. Outside of that, I once saw like 11k on Bone Skinner. I frequently get like 7 to 9k on Bone Skinner. And Bone Skinner is one of the most intense fights to heal in the game. And like it's because the community does it wrong, honestly. There's a whole strategy where you light the torches to weaken him and everyone just ignores it, stands in the dark and burns him down and relies on the healer to heal him. And because of that, it's insane to heal through. Like, if you can heal through Bone Skinner, you technically have enough healing per second to heal any raid in the game. It's just a matter of, can you heal those raids while also doing whatever the mechanics are. 3 hours of Winter's Day. Yeah, there's 2 hours or so of Winter's Day remaining. So if you're trying to get any last minute achievements or something. Thanks for Convergence. Thank y'all for joining. There's a mechanic. Yeah, well, Dodge left because of the way the community does it, yeah. Let's see. I think green is what I'm lowest on. I'll get that. Bone Skinner is the NASCAR of strike missions. He's making a left turn. Oh, it's my favorite part. Yes. Anka's CM title is pretty intense on healing. CM title. Well, the title is like a challenge mode on top of a challenge mode. Yeah, like I've healed Anka CM. It is challenging, but I don't know. I didn't really think that one was that memorable. Maybe it just didn't leave an impression on me.
Threshold
Boop, boop.
achieved.
Wait, what? Okay, where's the blue stuff? God, I'm looking forward to getting legendary relics. I really want to get all of these out of my bag, chat, but I'm always afraid if I get rid of one, I'm gonna need it. Veil Guardian, when people tank the green boom, is pretty intense on healing. True. But again, that's an example of the community doing a mechanic wrong because it's faster. However, Veil Guardian is like lazy healing, lazy healing, lazy healing. Okay, I have to do my job for a few seconds. Okay, then back to lazy. Bone Skinner is like, oh god, oh god, oh god, the entire time. But yes, Veil Guardian does have some huge damage spikes. It absolutely does. That is true. That's just because people just don't stand in the greens, they don't do the mechanic, and then it punishes them, and then they heal through it. Eve actually had a similar issue you pointed out with buffs, but they had the opposite issue where they had a buff system called links. Way back in the day, a ship would activate their links, and everyone in the fleet in this system would get the buffs. This led to some pretty non-interactive gameplay, where everyone would have an off-grid booster that just sat in space. TLDR, if you have a buff range to map wide a party, then you have buff bots sitting in the corner. I don't think that would happen in Guild Wars 2, because in Guild Wars 2, the buff people are still expected to do other jobs. Like, you've got your offensive support that is supposed to do damage. Like, they're supposed to do the buffs and then also do like 10 to 20k DPS. And then your healer is supposed to do the buffs, but then also provide healing. So I don't think it would be much different than like in another MMO, for example. Like, you don't have someone who just does boons and then they don't do damage or healing. So I don't think we would have that issue. But I understand the concern. Like, if there was a class in this game that just had, like, you know, supplied every boon but didn't do any healing or any DPS and wasn't required to tank, yeah, I could totally see the risk of them standing in the corner, but I just don't think that's the case. On the title, you have to get her 6 stacks to reduce healing and damage done to her. Yeah, but you're talking about doing a strike, doing it then on challenge mode, and then doing it on doing an achievement on top of the challenge mode to make it more difficult to get a title. So yeah, of course that's going to be challenging to heal. That's like if I was like, oh yeah, do a Harvest Temple CM with one hand and blindfolded. Yeah, okay, we've added more restrictions. It's going to be more challenging now. But I'm just saying, if you've got some new player and they're concerned about it, how much HPS they're putting out, I'm just saying if they can heal Bone Skinner, they can heal like any normal mode raid. Maybe even challenge mode raids. But yeah, that's all I meant. I would like a class that both has a lack in quickness but doesn't provide healing or good TPS. That's Chrono Jail, Feared Fox. We had that for years. All the Chronos hated it. Because Chronomancer was the only thing that gave quickness and the only thing that provided alacrity. So you'd have a Chrono, people called it Chrono Jail because they weren't, their friends wouldn't let them play anything else. And they would do that for years. I think Emmy has a emote of Chrono Jail. Let's go over here. FF14 did exactly what you're talking about semi-recently. They expanded AoEs and buff abilities at smaller ranges for the very reason that it was annoying to miss party members just because they moved away from you. Yeah, I mean, again, the way the boon system works, I would love it if it was just like a passive trait. Like, what if it was just, if you were in a group and in combat with someone who was in a heal role, you got defensive boons. If you're in a group in combat with 3 people that were in the offense role, you had 25 might, etc. Now, that just make the boons like a passive thing. Just like, you know, in World of Warcraft or EverQuest, you buff before the fight. And then during the fight, you can worry about other stuff. However, I don't think they're going to change that. I'm just saying I would like that more than what we're doing now. Like right now, having to burn Stone Spirit to keep protection up so that I never have Stone Spirit when I want to Aegis people, it feels bad. You know? Having to burn a Celestial Avatar to give alacrity to people so that I never have Celestial Avatar when I need to do an emergency revive with Glyph of the Stars, it feels bad. Like, all the buttons that provide boons also do 2 to 3 other things, but I can never save those buttons for those other things. Support Engineer. The shield, you spam the shield skills 4 and 5 to keep protection on your party, but then you never have block or knockback from your shield when you need it. It's, I think it's wasteful. Like, there is no skill that you're really just spamming for boons that wouldn't also have something else that you would do, other than maybe like a shout or something. I do remember when ANET was talking about making boon skills less spammy. They said that, like, for Druid, they said we're going to make them less spammy, and at the time, it was just spam spirits to keep a lack up, and then they changed it to spam astral to keep a lack up, which was worse. And I was just like, what? We've gone backwards. What are you talking about? Is there a way to, a fast way to click all the treasures above the map real fast? Right click. If you right click the ones that look like they're in a wooden box, there's no pop-up window. The big metal ones still will have a pop-up window, though. I didn't know that, yeah. Just before it wasn't spam CA for Might era. A lot of people say that, but you... Here's the thing. You get a lot of Might from just random people in the party. Plus, Warhorn 5 gives Might. Plus, your pet can give Might. Plus, if you choose to, you can get Might from some other skills. You did not have to spam astral skills for Might. It was an option, and also there was a period of time before that where Grace the Land hit 10 people. So you'd have one druid giving 25 Might to 10 people. But that was only from Grace the Land, so yeah, they would have to use it for that. But then there was a huge period of time where they had nerfed Grace the Land, so people stopped using druid for 10-man Might. And they had not changed it to where alacrity was on astral, and you could save your astral for when you needed it. You could use astral for huge heals or revives or whatever. You didn't have to burn it constantly for boon uptime. But then we've gone back to the point where we burn it for boon uptime. That shirt is fire, Mug. Thank you. It's on the merch store. This part over here is green, but the green screen's cutting it out. Exclamation merch. You too can have the finest of YouTuber / Twitch logos on your chest. Show it off. And post pictures on Twitter with the shirt. Do it! Looking forward to A-Night getting out of holiday mode to fix the World v. World game crashes. I didn't know that World v. World was crashing. Banner Slave was a nice meta. It's funny, you say that sarcastically, Black, but I actually know Warriors that miss it because it guaranteed got them into groups before, and they can't get into groups now. Because the banners gave a unique buff you couldn't get anywhere else, and Spirits on Ranger gave a unique buff you couldn't get anywhere else. Give us that picture on the undies. That's so weird that skin can crash people. What skin? I remember a few years ago when the Vermilion Wings was lagging people out, and so when a Mesmer using Vermilion Wings would make clones, it was really bad. But I'm not sure of one in World v. World. The fan glider can be spammed in Eternal Battlegrounds when an objective is being attacked to make attackers crash. What? The fan glider? This thing? I just crashed my whole audience. I am very surprised. I still think it's backwards. It still looks backwards to me. We talked about this the other day. All right, I'm gonna weeb out for a second. There was a lady in Naruto that used a giant fan as a weapon. And whenever she would sheath it, when she wasn't using it, it was opposite of this. Like, this bit was pointed down, and this bit was pointed up. And then when she would glide on it, because she would do that too, it was 180 degrees of this. Like, this bit here was the back, and this bit here was the front. And just because that was the first time I was exposed to someone riding on a giant folding fan, I look at this, and all I see is that it's backwards. I'm like, this is upside down, this is backwards. And apparently it's also crashing World v. World. I didn't know that. Let's see. We're getting out of holiday to go into the that's what I understand from World v. World guildies having been telling me. Meta strats, it sounds like an exploit ban for me. If you notice the animation unsheaths backwards. No, I think it just flips over real fast. Yeah, I think it just flips over really quickly. It turns around before unsheathing. Maybe? I thought it was just flipping really, really fast. I don't know. Cowbunga, Muck. Cowbunga to you too, Amana. Muck, what do you think of Renegade for open world? Open world, anything works. Anything is fine for open world. I think they want it in that direction so the little tassel on the back can flutter in the wind. Maybe. Definitely a fan. It is. Real quick. Chat, I got about 30 minutes left. Anyone who would like to join me for some easy money, I'm going to do Dragonstorm. Here's a squad join command. If you're interested, I am on EU right now. Land of the healthcare. I'll be back in hamburger country tonight. That's definitely a huge fan. Yes, there's an OnlyFans joke there somewhere. Easy money. What server? EU. Healthcare servers. Beyond that, it does not matter.
Good. Destroyers are crawling all over, and there's no dragons.
Can Dragonstorm drop Ascended? Yes, actually, it can. You can get Ascended chests, and there's also a Frostall that can drop in here. What do I type to join? I literally just put it in the chat. So that right there, the /SQ join space MuklukYoutube.9082, just copy that and paste it in the game. While we're at it, I hate that the surfing animation has your hands awkwardly forward instead of back. I think that's going to depend on your race. I do dislike that when you're on those jade zipline things in Kaineng, that your character is literally, they just turned you sideways. It looks really weird on my character as an Asura. I'm not sure about the other races. Alien says, new player here. I just want to say World v World sucks. I'm Warclaw food. If you're brand new and you're still trying to unlock your Warclaw, I recommend you find a group just to follow around, because when you're running by someone who's on a Warclaw, you will also gain Warclaw speed, as long as they've got a talent, but it's a really low talent, so most people have it. So you can just run with them on foot and then join in their fights and mooch while you're getting some levels. Is Mukluk American? Yes. I have no health care. I live near Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States. That's as specific as I ever get. If you don't know where that is, if you look at just a map of the United States, I'm on the right side of it.
We're long past excuses, Ryland. You made your choice. This needs to end.
Healthcare is overrated. I'm spending $2,000 for a root canal right now, so I respectfully disagree with you. Yes, Chad, you're on Amazon Prime? You too can use your Twitch Primes to fix your favorite streamer's face.
So, it's not justice.
How do you play on EU? Do you have a separate accounts for it? You can do it that way. I am an ArenaNet partner just because I made a lot of content for the game, and they give me a few little perks. One of the things that they did is my account can server swap. So I just play on one account primarily, and when I want to visit you guys and play with you, I just move my main account over, and then I move it back for the next NA stream. Now, to be clear, anyone can server swap, but normally you'd have to pay gems to do it.
We're here to kill Primordus.
We are Primordus.
You got any tips for dogging Primordus? I've been stuck on this for months. For dogging Primordus? Huh? What? Probably dodging Primordus? Been stuck on this for months. Snoop, what are you talking about? Are you talking about like in this? In Dragonstorm? Or are you talking about like in some story mission somewhere? Do you heal closest or lowest HP in one big subgroup like Dragonstorm? It'll heal the closest people that are not full health.
Ice.
Or he spits the fire. I mean, usually if I see a red circle, I just dodge it. It sounds like you might be talking about an achievement that I haven't ever bothered with. I don't know. Lady Merkwood says you can just stand by the boss and dodge their attacks for as long as you want. Okay, well there you go. Lady Mirkwood's got you covered. Blah 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 words. Bye, Chip. Chip giveth, Chip taketh away. That Abric says you can do that achievement in the story instance. Use skimmer and hold jump. Oh my gosh, y'all got some hacks in here. Muck, are your low intensity build guides still viable? Yes, all the ones that are still okay, hold on. Exclamation LI builds. Okay, all of the ones on that webpage I have tested since Secrets of the Obscure came out, and they still work. If they're on that webpage, they still work. Go nuts.
Don't let up. We've got to bring both champions down.
Now, if, I'm just one guy. If any of those are not what you're looking for, you can find more on websites like Guild Gen, Hardstock, Snowcrows, things like that. But all those I have tested myself.
We've got to bring Ryland and Bram down together.
$420 viewers, nice. Every day. I see downstates. As a healer, I'm gonna go over to the. Oh god, Bram's chasing me! I'm gonna go over here and help them. This little violin solo thing right now that we're hearing, the shred, is like one of my favorite musical moments in Icebrood Saga.
Use the prisms now. The champions are hanging on to dragons by a thread.
Do it now! Stuck in combat, I gotta walk over here like a peasant. Happy New Year's to you as well, don't worry. Hope you're good. Oh my, what's happening here? Get off, Bugs, this is my man. Oh wait, are they AFK? Noxxi! I rezzed you! Okay, there we go. There, she's moving now. Muck as an Asura main, why is it lore that Asura are snotty know-it-alls who think other races are dumber? I think they're just really egotistical because most of them are smarter than other races. I mean, they literally made the waypoint and portal network that every single race is using. But yeah, no, some of them are really annoying. Which race is the dumbest? Probably the one that doesn't have electricity. Norns. Good talk. Wait, what? Have I ever set up a trivia show? No. I probably, dude, I'm not the lore guy. Wooden Potatoes is the lore guy. I just make fun of warriors. Please stop. Thank you. I did it. I said it. Hold on, no. Okay, they're good. Buddy, I love you, and as respectfully as possible, go away. I will play with you shortly.
I feel it, champion. Connection's weak.
He's got a little stir crazy. He knows the stream ends in 15 minutes. It's the boy. It was the boy, yes. Is this really actually working?
Stay focused.
One last push. For Bram. For all of us.
Champion,
Help me! There's too much. This power. It's so wild. Go to the prisms!
Hold on, Aurene. No! You can't stop now.
champion, I'm pulling you back.
Why do I lose my target on a boss every time I use an AoE skill? Driving me nuts. What? You lose your target when you press an AoE ability. What? Is that an option? I don't know. Oh, now Kith. Almost forgot. You haven't done this a zillion times, have you? I don't know, maybe. Like, is it true you missed the 31st and did no, the 31st? 31st? Rag Zero, I'm trying to say 31st and it's giving me a stroke. 31st? No, I streamed the 31st. I did stream that day. 1 second. Analytics. Overview. Let's see. Where? Boom. Okay, there we go. Alright. Paint. There you go. Here's daily viewers. There's the December 31st right there. We were playing the it was Mutiny Monday that day. Chat was beating me up. It was great fun. Alright, GG. Thank you for the run all. Appreciate that. Oh, someone in the group got the Ascended box. Nice. Congrats. Check for the promote skill target option, TLX says. One more question. I want to make a Dragon Hunter, but my inventory is low. Should I get equipment template slots or get a bag expansion to swap gear manually? If they're similar in price and you don't mind buying one of them, I would just get an equipment template. Because it would get the whole set of gear out of your bag. That was Sunday, not Monday. Wait, what? Oh yeah, that was. Oh, that's right. The first day of the year was Monday. Yeah, sorry. Mutiny Monday was yesterday. 31st. What did we do on the 31st? Hang on. I'm trying to remember what we played that day. Did we finish Return to the Obra Dinn that day? Let's see. Past broadcast. January 31st. Oh, we did a Q&A for like 3 freaking hours. And then we did, we started Spellforce. That's what we did. My first stream of the new year was Monday morning on Warhammer Hunting Heresy. Starting the year off right. Took questions, yes. World first Gratzmuck, thank you. Another one under my belt. Easy. Alright, chat, I got about 10 more minutes tops. Then I have to go eat lunch, and then I have to brush my teeth, and then I have to go to the dentist and give them more of my money, and they beat me up some more. The Arnold impression has me giggling. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Mesmer Sword 2 allows you to dodge on command if you have bad timing. I mean, that's assuming you have good timing to press the Mesmer Sword 2 on command. Is Obra Dinn good enough to play it myself before watching? I think it depends on if you enjoy that type of game. I had never played that type of game, so for me, it was a new experience. Obra Dinn is kind of like, you know, like the game Clue, where you gotta, you know, Professor Plum killed him with a candlestick in the study. It's like that, but with 60 people. So you've got 60 people that are either dead or missing, and you gotta figure out what happened to all of them at the same time. And so it's like, you know, Bob killed Jeff, Jeff stabbed Frank, Frank was trying to start a mutiny, Sarah fell overboard, yada, 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 yada. So you got to figure out, like, what happened to all these people in one go. And every time you get 3 of them correct, it'll confirm and say you got 3 correct. So if that just sounds annoying to you, maybe watch the playthrough, because it was a pretty cool story. But if that sounds like something you could be into, maybe you would like to play it first. Do you have the appointment of the dentist at Tooth Hurdy? Actually, it's tooth on the dot. It's 2 on the dot. When is patch for Guild Wars 2? I don't know if there's a patch today, but the Winter's Day is going to end in less than 2 hours. So if you want to do any last minute holiday stuff, that's ending soon. No assumption stuff like Chance of Sonar then if you know it. I don't know Chance of Sonar, but basically you would, so some of it would be gimme, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna tell you this because you see it at the beginning of the game. Like, you see someone go, "Captain, open up, give me your treasure," and the captain goes, "You'll take exactly what I give you," and then boom, and then there's a still shot of the captain shooting the guy. And so it's like, okay, that guy is the captain. I know his face is the captain because of that conversation, and so attach face to name. That's, 1 down, 59 to go, and this guy got killed by the captain. So I know this guy's cause of death, I know who killed him, but I don't know who this guy is. So I could go to that guy's face in the book and put in cause of death and murderer, but I don't know his name yet. So that's the kind of thing you do when you slowly fill in this book with information. Now, some of it is process of elimination. Like, if you know that this guy, he sleeps in the area where the top men sleep, that's the rope guys, that they sleep, okay, he's probably a top man, but I have no idea who he is. But then you figure out who all the other top men are, and there's only 1 left, okay, process of elimination. But there's a lot of interesting little things that we noticed that we're able to figure out who was who. And it was cool, because after I finished it, I was like, okay, what is some stuff I missed? And people were like, oh man, if you had noticed this is another way of solving that. I was like, oh man, yeah, I didn't see that at all. So there's some of them, there's a few different things that you can use to figure them out, and then others is like, process of elimination. What are the last 5 symbols at the top of your screen? Blish HUD. So Blish HUD is an add-on that lets you install or uninstall 50 different add-ons really easily. And these are some others I've installed with Blish HUD. Like Event Table lets me see all the events in the game without having to open up a web browser. And then, let's see, this, for example, lets me search my account for anything I'm missing. So if I type in, like, Ecto, there's all the Ectos on my whole account. So if I type in, like the earlier example was, oh, hold on, cursor. Mystic Coin, there's every Mystic Coin on my account and where they are. So it helps you find stuff that you misplaced. So then there's like 50 different add-ons in there, and you can download whichever ones you want. I do have a guide on Blish HUD right there if you are interested in that. It's one of the only, that and ArcDPS are the only add-ons I use. Mike, what's the most profitable meta event? Depends. Do you mean profitable with luck? Because, like, if you do the Octovine and you get the Aurelium Infusion, which is very rare, that's like 1,000 gold right there, I think. Note, I haven't checked the price recently. If you are just talking about the most profitable meta, not counting rare drops, I'm going to guess it's Silver Waste or Dragonfall, because people are constantly doing those. I like doing Octovine when I can because it happens every 2 hours on the dot. I know exactly when it's going to happen. So I can look at the clock and be like, oh, I could do Octovine right now. And when you beat it, there's like 30 treasure chests. So it's got quite a lot of treasure. But I don't know if it's more profitable than those others. BLC chest will likely reset next week with the Lunar New Year patch, I suppose. It usually does the Lunar New Year. We will see if they choose to do that. Sometimes it's really funny to just watch you without sound and watch your expressions and hand movements and just thinking about what the heck you're talking about. Tokizo, that reminds me of a guy I saw who was, he was doing comedy and he was talking, and there was a American Sign Language, an ASL interpreter that was doing things. So he was talking and she was doing hand stuff, and he was talking and she was doing hand stuff. And then he just... And her hands stopped. And you could tell who was, like, deaf in the audience, because they were like... like, what are you doing? What is he saying? And he was just... and he was just messing around with her. Whenever I hear people talk about infusions, I remember the 2 times I sold my Queen Bee and Aurelium infusions to the merchants. Oh, God. Don't do that. Yeah, go to the buyback tab. Get those back real quick. According to Fast Farming, Amnetus is the most profitable. Oh, man, I don't like Amnetus. I feel like any meta that encourages 1,000 people to get on their sky scales, it just lags me out. So I don't like those. Not because, like, I hate the meta itself. I just hate that it involves, like, 1,000 people at sky scales, and then I lose a lot of FPS. Giala full run. I don't like Gyaladelph. I did the tunnel gaming literally 1 time, and I didn't even loot the whole tunnel. I'm sorry. I haven't... Look, if you like it, that's totally fine. I haven't gone back since my first tunnel. I've done 1 tunnel. Yeah, free funware. There was a lot of people, because originally at Octovine, when you would get the Charged Quartz Amulet of the Exalted or something like that, and it had the infusion in it, but you had to extract it, and so many people didn't know that, and they would just sell the amulet, which was like they were selling a 1,000 to 2,000 gold item. And ANET, after many years of this, were like, okay, we have a lot of stats of people selling this item. We're going to change it so that the infusion just drops. And a lot of people are like, wait, what? What amulet? What? I sold it. What? It's just so many people are like ripping their hair out when they realized what they had done at some point in the past. Don't think I ever did the second half. When is the daily rollover? Daily stuff rolls over in 6 hours. But patch time, if they're doing a patch, is usually either an hour ago or in 5 minutes. The link didn't show up over here. Wait, what? Let me try shortening it. Maybe it was a... Okay, that worked. What if I copy-paste the whole thing? That works. Weird. I don't know why. Let's see. Let's check the chat bot. Log in to the YouTube chat bot. And... let's see. Chatbot, chat commands. Okay, this is it. Custom commands. Blish. It's there. Should be working. Exclamation Blish. Odd. I have no idea why that one's not working on YouTube. Huh. I'll have to play around with that one. I know YouTube has a shorter maximum character limit, so sometimes if I make a chat command like exclamation Blish or something on Twitch, and maybe it fits on Twitch, and then I copy paste it over to the YouTube chat bot, it'll be too long for that bot, and it won't spit it back out. So I have to shorten it, but this is not that case, so I'm not sure why this one's not acting up. In spring, gonna get pushed to 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Aren't we having, like, the final time change at some point if we haven't already? Oh, God. I'm so done with time changes. Just some old tradition that's dumb. Also salvaged all of the Ascended PvP Legendary Precursor armor for black energy orbs. Oh no, the precursors? No. Dude, I remember when, right when End of Dragons came out and Gen 3s came out, I was screaming, like, all of these exotic weapons, don't say that they're precursors. I was like, please, if you get any of these things, like Dragon's Rending or Dragon's Persuasion or Dragon's Left Butt Cheek, don't salvage it. It's a precursor. I was trying to get the word out on that. They did finally add that note to it, but it took them a while. I don't know. I don't trust people to finally go now that we changed. I hate not changing my clocks at 2 a.m. You hate not changing your clocks at 2 a.m. Yo, short story for you guys before I run out of time. Back when I worked night shift, I worked a night shift at a hotel. I worked 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And that meant I was there during the time change. For like 5 years in a row, every time that my 8-hour shift should have become a 7-hour shift because of the time jumping forward, the morning person didn't fix their clocks and was late, so I worked an 8-hour shift instead of a 7. Every time the clocks were fell backward and my 8-hour shift became a 9-hour shift, the morning person remembered and showed up after 9 hours. And I'm talking about different people, like not just like always the same guy. Dude, I remember one time, like the guy walks in at like 9 a.m. You know, he was supposed to be there at 7 to relieve me, and he walks in at 8. And he had a Starbucks in his hand, meaning he stopped to get that. Dude, I wanted to just be like, oh, poof, and just like knock it out of his hand. Oh, dude, I was so upset. I was like, I want to be not here more than you could possibly imagine right now. And you walk in with Starbucks. You should have left that in your car till I was out of sight. Note, I did not slap his coffee. I wanted to slap his coffee. They forgot. Yeah, they forgot. Exactly. Yeah, it's like it's like, okay, any moment now, this guy's coming, and you can't leave. Like in that job, you're basically the babysitter for the guests. Like if any of the guests call 911 or something, like it rings the emergency line, but it also rings the front desk to let you know, like, you know, hey, some guy's upstairs and he's in trouble, he needs help. So you always at a hotel have to have someone there. So I could not leave. Or I would lose my job unless someone else showed up to relieve me. And so I had to wait and wait and wait. Hi. What's up? Chip's using his scratching post. All right. Chat, you guys have been absolutely awesome. Thank you guys for a wonderful morning stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. Couple of plugs on the way out. If you happen to be new to my channel, my name is Mukluk. I stream every single evening and every weekday morning. I will be back this evening for the Guild Wars Tuesday evening stream on the North American servers, along with a weekly giveaway. I'm about to go get a dentist to mess up my teeth some more, so wish me luck. And yeah, usual things. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're on Twitch, hit the follow button. It truly does help us out. These are my YouTube channels if you want to check those out. And special thanks to the patrons. I always thank them. They are awesome folks. Let me see who else is live right now on the Twitch side of things and see if we've got anyone. Oh, I see someone whose content I enjoy. I am going to drop a raid on this person. So if you're on the Twitch side of things, there's some more Guild Wars 2 for you to enjoy. If you're on the YouTube side, it's going to close down in just a second. But again, I'll be back later this evening for those who are interested. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you later.